Elena was born in a quiet town, nestled far from the bright lights of the fashion capitals. Even as a little girl, she was tall and striking, with piercing green eyes and a confident stride that turned heads as she walked down the dusty streets. Her parents were humble folk, her father a school teacher, her mother a seamstress, and they dreamed simply of a good life for their daughter. But Elena dreamed bigger. Discovery. It was a spring morning when everything changed. At 16, Elena helped her mother set up the stall at the local market. The air smelled of fresh bread and wildflowers. As she arranged baskets of fruit, a man with a camera approached. He was a photographer visiting from the city. "I've never seen a girl with eyes like yours," he said. "Have you ever thought about modeling?" Elena laughed, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear. "Me? From here? I don't think so." But something inside her stirred. That night, Elena lay awake, imagining distant places, Paris, Milan, New York, runways sparkling under spotlights, her name in magazines. The leap, with the hesitant blessing of her parents, Elena left home at 17, suitcase in hand, and boarded a train bound for the city. The city was overwhelming, loud, fast, and full of strangers. She moved into a tiny apartment with peeling paint and a creaky floor, surviving on hope and a few dollars. Her first months were a blur of rejections, failed castings, and long hours spent practicing her walk in front of a cracked mirror. Designers told her she was too tall, not tall enough, too exotic, not exotic enough. But she refused to give up. One cold evening, she was called to a small runway show for an up-and-coming designer. Nervous but determined, Elena stepped into the lights. She walked as if the world was hers. The crowd noticed. The designer smiled. A star was born, the height of fame. Throughout the 1970s and 80s, Elena's face graced the covers of Vogue and Harper's Bazaar. She worked with legends, Chanel, Dior, Versace. Photographers fought for her attention. Fashion houses booked her months in advance. Her life became a whirlwind of glittering parties, endless travel, and glamorous photo shoots. Yet behind the scenes, the pressure was immense. She was expected to be flawless, perfectly thin, flawlessly poised, endlessly youthful. In moments of quiet, Elena felt the cracks, the endless scrutiny, the relentless competition. Friendships faded as younger faces arrived, hungry and new. She saw peers disappear from runways as they reached their late 20s, replaced by fresh faces before their time. Questioning the path. By her early 30s, Elena was tired. One night, backstage after a show in Milan, she looked into the mirror. She saw not just a model, but a woman with dreams still unfulfilled. The spotlight felt cold. She began to wonder, was there more to fashion than this endless chase for youth? Could beauty be something deeper? Inspired, Elena began volunteering at local fashion schools, mentoring aspiring models. She listened to their stories of insecurity, rejection, dreams. Many had been told they didn't fit the ideal mold. One student, a woman with silver hair and radiant confidence, told Elena, "I'm told I'm too old to model." Elena realized something had to change, building a new vision. At 45, Elena took a bold step. She founded Elena Models, an agency with a mission to celebrate diversity, age, and individuality. She wanted to break down the barriers that sideline so many talented people just because they didn't fit a narrow ideal. The first years were hard. Industry insiders scoffed. Clients were hesitant. Mature models, they'd say, who wants that? But Elena was undeterred. She held workshops teaching confidence and self-love. She encouraged her models to tell their stories, stories of resilience, passion, and authenticity. Her agency embraced models of every age, size, and background. Women with gray hair, men with scars, people with unconventional beauty. Slowly, brands began to listen. The turning point. In 2010, Elena Models landed a breakthrough campaign with a major cosmetics brand that featured women over 50. The campaign was a sensation, praised for its honesty and boldness. Suddenly, the industry took notice. Fashion weeks included mature models. Advertisers sought authenticity. Elena's agency became a symbol of change. Elena's phone rang constantly. Invitations to speak at conferences, interviews, panels. She spoke not only of beauty, but of respect and inclusion, legacy and reflection. Now in her late 70s, Elena still wakes early, reviews portfolios, and mentors young talent. She often says, "The true runway is life itself." Her agency thrives, known for its warmth, diversity, and refusal to follow fleeting trends. Elena's impact goes far beyond fashion. She's a role model for generations. One afternoon, she sat in her sunlit office surrounded by photos spanning decades. A young woman strut,